sentiment on the markets and to signal to the markets that she wants to be in charge. And that's particularly important because of Donald Trump. During his campaign, he criticized the Federal Reserve quite often. Of course, the Fed does have the potential to influence Fed's stimulant economic policies negatively and positively. And that's why, you know, the statements of Janet Yellen today will be finding great attention on the markets all over the world today.
Yeah, we will all look out for that to hear what Janet Yellen will have to say. And Conrad, it's the final trading week in March. What is your outlook? And of course, looking into the quarter.
Well, by mentioning Janet Yellen, you gave me a big cue, an important cue, because she will be not the only monetary policymaker in the U.S. to give statements this week. More statements of open market committee members will come out in the course of this week. And of course, they will all be seen in light of new data coming in from economies in the U.S. and here in Europe. On Thursday, the U.S. GDP will be updated, as well as we will be getting an update on Eurozone's business sentiment on Thursday. On Friday, then, the GDP of the United Kingdom will be updated, and we will get an update on inflation in the Eurozone. All this will, of course, be seen in light of what to expect from monetary policymakers on both sides of the ocean. All this will be also seen in light of what's been happening on the bond markets lately. Interest rates or yields on government bonds have come up, but not nearly as much as at least economists I talked to expected them to come up. So we should take a very close look at what's going on the bond market during those last days of this first quarter 2017.
Right, thank you very much, Conrad, for those updates. We'll certainly keep it up on those data coming in this week. Well, we'll move on now to the U.S., where the stock index futures pointed to a slightly higher open today as investor anxiety over U.S. President Donald Trump's surprise failure to deliver on health care reform subsided for tentative hopes on planned stimulus policies. On the data front, Tuesday will see advanced inventories and the S&P Case-Shiller 20 City Home Price Index released before 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Services PMI, consumer confidence, and Richmond Fed survey data are also scheduled to be released before 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Elsewhere, Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen is due to speak on addressing workforce development challenges in Washington at around 5:50 p.m. Eastern Time. In Asia, markets gained today as investors shrugged off the disappointment from the current U.S. administration's ability to push through legislation to repeal and replace the Obama-era health care law. Japan's Nikkei 225 rose 1.14%, recovering most of its losses from the previous session. Australia's ASX 200 added 1.3%, underpinned by strength in its energy sub-index, which was up by 1.45%, and the materials sub-index, which was up 1.06%. In South Korea, the Kospi closed up 0.35% after the country revised its fourth quarter gross domestic product up 2.4% year-on-year from the 2.3% expected gain. The Shanghai Composite ended down 0.43% and Shenzhen Composite closed down 0.25%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index was up 0.41%. And of course, back here again in Nigeria, the currency markets, the central bank on Monday said it will start selling dollars to private individuals at 360 Naira per dollar in what is expected to further narrow the spread between the interbank and parallel market rates. Let's see how that is playing out at the interbank FX market the morning after. Chioma Udu, FX dealer with GT Bank, joins me now. Good afternoon, Chioma. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Now, how did you receive, you dealers receive that instruction from the CBN on Monday to sell the invisible at 360?
The central banks usually, since the beginning of this month has always instructed us to sell funds to PTA and invisibles, which includes school fees and medical bills. The last trade we got from them was to sell at 360, which we have commenced selling, and that has helped to reduce the disparity between the selling rates and the black market rates, the parallel market rates.
Okay, so what is the level of compliance now, for today, a day after these instructions have been given?
We have seen banks continue to sell. We've seen customers coming to buy these funds. And there's this rule the CBN has put in place that a customer must be attended 24 to 48 hours from the application. So the banks have kept that rule, and they've continued to sell to any person that needs dollars.
Now, what level is the Naira trading at as we speak in your market?
At the interbank market, we're currently trading at about 307 Naira per dollar, and in the black market, we're currently at about 380.
There's a recent development today. In fact, news just reaching us says that the central bank has just cut the rate dollar rate at which it gives to the BDCs from 381 to 360. What do you dealers at the official market think about this?
This goes a long way to show that they are interested in really revaluing the Naira, and for them to achieve that, they would have to supply more dollars into the market to meet obligations.
All right, thank you very much, Choma, for your time. And in Ghana, the central bank has slashed its benchmark interest rate by 2 percentage points to 23.5%, noting signs inflation was trending downwards in a move that may help spur lending and business activity. Ghana was for years one of Africa's fastest growing economies, but growth slumped in 2014 due to falling commodities prices, high inflation, a big budget deficit and public debt. As inflation eases, the bank can lower the cost of borrowing. The size of the rate cut came as a surprise. It was the biggest by the bank since December 2006 and follows a 50 basis point reduction in January. We take a quick break. We'll be right back.